Bulletcast for life.
What up? This is Real American, we the people, Jack Swagger, and you're listening to the Bulletcast. No, I'm not in the Bullet Club.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bulletcast, the only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, Philip Antwine. Ladies and gentlemen, diamonds are forever, and so is the Podfather. I am joined by my tag team partner. He is the Bulletcast champion, the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon.
Hi, everybody.
Some video. First time in a while.
I pushed record this time.
You pressed record this time, yes.
Unlike the last time where, I forgot to push the big red button that says record.
Yes. Well, let's get into this performance-enhancing audio. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 50. 50 weeks straight.
Once again, only 48 of them count, or 47 because you kicked me off of one episode.
All right, moving on.
Just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, the highly anticipated All In indie show has a date. It is a show put on by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. September 1st.
Okay, Daniel Bryan. I said Daniel Bryan and CM Punk need to be on the show for it to be a 10,000 seat sellout like they wanted to. And all signs point to Daniel Bryan's contract being up in September, and with this being September 1st.
Or honestly, you know what he could do? He could get out early, and then there's that 90-day period of where you can't make any appearances or whatever. If he gets out pretty soon, that 90 days will be up before September 1st.
I don't think WWE would allow. I don't think Vince would let Bryan leave his contract early to go to the biggest indie show ever.
Yeah, well, speaking of CM Punk, rumors have it that this might be in Chicago, but of course Punk is still under contract with the UFC, so you're going to have to work something out with the Dana White. Some people were saying Rhodes versus Jericho. That's nice. Will it fill up 10,000 seats? I don't know. Alpha versus Omega 2, we could go that route, or the possible Cody versus Kenny.
I feel that should be saved for New Japan, since that is, they started the program on New Year's Dash. Honestly, they can do whatever they want. It's their show. If they want to fight each other for the first time ever, they have all rights to do that. But I don't know if New Japan would be so happy about that.
Or it could be Daniel Bryan. Marty Scurll tweeted out a link about yesterday. And it was of Daniel Bryan at the time, Bryan Danielson, using a chicken wing. And then Marty was like, that's a nice chicken wing. Don't get caught in mine. So,
well, because Bryan said that his chicken wing's better than Scurll's chicken wing.
Well, yeah. Possible...
Daniel Bryan, once again, giving 0 Fs. Just tweeting about him fighting AJ Styles and wish he can do it, and then shouting out Marty Scurll.
Yep, possible.
Because that's what he does.
Possible foreshadowing, but I am very excited for All In. Probably one of the most important shows in American pro wrestling history.
Whoa. Easy there.
It's self-financed.
Settle down.
Self-financed.
Settle down.
Cody's a guy left the Juggernaut, took a bet on himself.
You think you think this is a bigger deal than WrestleMania?
No. I'm saying it's important in a moral sense of these guys putting on something that a lot of people thought that they couldn't do.
I want to see how everything plays out. With the Young Bucks, because is Cody Rhodes is he the number one guy in terms of financial backing, and then it's the Young Bucks the bookers, and then how do they work everything out? Because it's one thing of talking to some random booker that you don't really know and trying to argue of how much you should get paid and travel dates and all that stuff, but when it's another wrestler, that can be a little muggy and a little awkward. That can maybe hurt some relationships, because maybe since it is such a big show, maybe they gotta trim some fat and be we got so many other people, we don't need you. You can maybe show up, do some autographs, but you're not gonna be on the show. Just saying.
I don't know. We'll see.
Saying.
We'll see. But All In, I am very excited for that. Hopefully it's in California. But
come to the Cow Palace.
Hell, yeah, go to the Cow Palace. Go to the Palace, that big, giant thing that looks like a plane hangar.
It's cheap. I think it's cheap to. I don't know. I don't exactly know how expensive it is to rent
Marcus
out buildings.
Mack did it. I'm sure the Bucks can do it. Bucks and Cody. Shout out Marcus Mack, bringing wrestling back to the Cow Palace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. One of his personal favorites, Stone Cold Steve Austin, has been confirmed for Raw 25.
Oh hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
A lot of big
man.
Brother Love. He was announced for Raw 25. This is going to be a good show.
Because when you think of Raw, you think of Brother Love.
Hey, I think a brother love. I mean, it's gonna be 2 hours in the Barclays, 1 hour in the Manhattan Center. Rumor has it that some legends and talent will be at both venues in the same night. This is gonna be a great. This is gonna be a great show.
So you said 1 hour, then 2 hours. Do you know how it's gonna be split up? Is it gonna be one, one, one? Is it gonna be one, then two?
I'm not
two,
sure.
then one?
I'm not sure about the specifics like that, but that's what I saw. It's gonna be 2 hours in the Barclays, 1 hour in the Manhattan Center.
I think they should kick off in the Manhattan Center. I think that'd be a fun way to start off Raw 25. Start it off the way it all started.
Yes, exactly. Actually, well, yesterday was the 11th. That was the first episode of Raw all those years ago.
So it actually turned 25 yesterday or whatever day
Yes.
it was. Good for them. Good for
Yes.
Raw.
I mean, I got some quick stats about Raw. As of this week, Raw has produced 1,286 episodes. That is 1,050 more episodes than Friends.
You can't compare the two. Raw came on every single
I know.
week for 25 years, and Friends came on, I don't know, once a week for 10 straight weeks, and then they take a break, and then they come back.
I know, I'm just saying though. These are the stats I find, man. Just let me be the stat guy.
All right. Maybe like compare it to like how many episodes it has compared to every other thing, like all the news stations and all. Okay, maybe not those, because they
That's-
probably have like thousands and thousands of episodes.
Millions.
Well, not millions, but I
Yeah.
don't even know how many episodes Good Morning America has. Probably too many to
lot.
count.
Yes. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the mixed match challenge. Sorry for that.
It's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is. Here are all the teams that are announced. From Monday Night Raw, we have Bayley and Elias. We have Alicia Fox and Goldust. We have Asuka and The Miz. We have Nia Jax and Apollo Crews. Sasha Banks and Finn Balor. She's chilling in the club. All right, also, Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Now, from the SmackDown side, Carmella and Big E, Becky Lynch and Sami Zayn, Natalya and Shinsuke Nakamura, Naomi's teaming with her husband Jimmy Uso, Lana's teaming with her husband Handsome Rusev, and the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and the glorious Bobby Roode. Team Robes.
Team Robes.
Team Robes. Because they wear robes.
I don't understand. One of my major issues with SmackDown this week was when they did those little vignettes about Becky Lynch and Natalya finding out who their tag team partners were. Why are heels and faces tagging together? And why was Becky Lynch so happy to be teamed with Sami Zayn, which over the past, has she been watching SmackDown when she's been gone? That makes absolutely no sense.
Others in the wrestling world have been saying this is a complete breach of kayfabe. But then again, if this doesn't mess with the current storylines they have going on, I could be fine with it, because if they clunk all that stuff together, it can get very messy.
I mean, Total Divas is one thing. It's kind of like in its own separate universe. We know it's all kayfabe's thrown out the window. We see Natalya and Lana are in a heated blood feud right now.
They really are.
That should main event WrestleMania.
They're trying to find a man. My bad. They're trying to find a man for Nia Jax.
I know. What happened to the Total Divas recap we were supposed to do?
I don't know.
Mitchell's holding us back. I mean, let's be honest. He's the reason why we're not doing it, even though it was his idea in the beginning.
Oh man.
But anyways, like Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch. Okay, Sami
this is
Zayn.
supposed to be a
Sami Zayn can be kooky and funny, but that's not supposed to be his character right now.
Apparently, it's supposed to be a 12-week thing.
Yeah, one match every week. So this is going on for a long time. And they've
time.
I'm not gonna lie, we'll watch the first match, because the first match is Finn and Sasha going up against Shinsuke and Natalya. After that, I'm probably not gonna watch it. I'm gonna be honest.
I understand. All right, let's move it on along. Samoa Joe injures foot on Monday Night Raw.
Very, very sad. He had momentum going. He gets injured.
Yep.
However many months ago it was.
We're gonna talk about that momentum.
Same thing happens again. All it was a squash match, and he shatters his foot. He plantar fascia, which is nothing to mess with. He can come back. I heard in a couple months.
They're saying 6 weeks. That's what I heard.
Yeah, so he teased the John Cena match, which I was really excited about. I don't think it would have been at WrestleMania. Maybe it could have been just a February feud while he holds over for.
No, Cena's on the SmackDown pay-per-view in February.
That doesn't mean anything. John Cena's a free agent. We've learned that John Cena is advertised for like every single Raw going forward after like the Royal Rumble or something like that.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because John Cena is the free agent. But so sad that Samoa Joe, because this might lead to him missing out on a WrestleMania payday. He might just be thrown into the Andre Battle Royal, might win it, but it's not the same as going up against, if let's say he does face John Cena. That would have been like the top 3 match on WrestleMania.
Yes. Joe, I hope you.
Just sad. Because then after this, like, Dolph Ziggler, this happened just one time, and he got the reputation for being injury prone, and he hasn't really bounced back since he had the concussion after he cashed in. And now Samoa Joe's been gone 2 times after getting a lot of. Well, this time he really had a lot of momentum pushed his way, and now he's gone. It's only a short period of time. It can be longer if it's realized as a really big deal. If it's like a full rupture and all that other stuff. This isn't nothing to mess with, but hopefully this doesn't give him a reputation of being injury prone. He is a little older, so. Maybe Samoa Joe should look into losing 20, 30 pounds. Maybe get some weight off that foot. I'm being serious right now. I'm not trying to like fat shame or anything, but like Samoa Joe, he's a big dude. He wrestles a hard hitting style. Maybe it's time for him to change things up.
All right, Joe. Speedy recovery. Now, Ms. and Mrs. This is a docu-series that will be airing on USA. It's a 6-episode docu-series getting into the lives of Miz and Maryse.
So it's not like focusing on the birth of their child. It's just a focus on their life.
Well, that too.
Okay, I mean, because Maryse is like, 6 months pregnant by now, so it's going to take a while for them. It's going to take a while for that baby to come out.
Yeah. Well, this
Shout out to Maryse and Maria. They're basically like on the same time schedule, I think. Like they're both like 6 months pregnant.
Who?
Maria Kanellis.
Oh, yeah.
Maria Kanellis is pregnant too. I know Mike isn't even
Christy Hemme just had her quadruplets or whatever.
She had quadruple. Good lord.
Yes. Shout out Christy Hemme.
How does that little thing pump out 4 babies?
Moving on.
Okay.
All right. Congratulations to Miz and Maryse making moves in the mass media world.
All right. Making moves. Making
$1 million moves. Mm-hmm. All right. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan have a little Twitter war, a little Twitter beef.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Please explain.
I got you. So, Alexa Bliss tweets out, "Pink pigtails, where have I seen that before? Hashtag SmackDown Live." Now, Nia Jax responds, "Don't trip, bestie. You're the top of the mountain. Imitation is bound to happen. You are untouchable with what you have done. Let her have your scraps." And then Liv Morgan comes back and says, "Nia, I actually think you want my scraps," referring to Enzo Amore. Fire.
Straight fire.
Hot fire.
I mean,
I enjoyed all of that.
I think it's all in good fun.
All in good fun.
I mean, Royal Rumble's coming up. You got to do what you want. You got to do what you got to do to set up some feuds, especially with the poor Riot Squad right now. I'm not saying I had the hugest hopes for them, but they've kind of they're just bodies at this point. They're just 3 more bodies to fill up tag matches on SmackDown, and they aren't really anything.
3 chicks to throw in the Rumble.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah. Maybe they should have just had 20 women in the Royal Rumble.
All right. Austin Aries returns to Impact, and he wins their heavyweight championship. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. You're supposed to say spoiler alert before, not after.
It doesn't
who
matter.
Who watches Impact anyways?
Really. Austin Aries returned home, quote-unquote speaking. He's set to face Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne just like wrestling everybody. He's wrestling him, wrestling Will
wrestled
Ospreay.
Jack Gallagher a few weeks ago. He's all over the place.
He's going to wrestle Will Ospreay.
Yeah, Aries, this is his 3rd title he's won since leaving WWE. He won the Defiant, which was formerly What Culture. He has their heavyweight title. And then another promotion that's name is escaping me at the moment.
I mean, good for Austin Aries. He's able to make some money, do what he wants outside WWE, which is usually what everyone just wants.
Yes.
It's not really about the money at this point, especially with Austin Aries. He's made enough money. It's just about him controlling the dates he works and maybe some more creative control.
All right. Blockers is coming to theaters. This is a John Cena movie with such people as...
let's be honest, it's called Cock Blockers. There's a rooster on top of the blockers, and the whole premise is the parents not wanting their teenage daughter to have sex on prom night.
Yes.
It's called Cock Blockers.
John Cena throwing around teenage guys. It's all in good fun. Other people who are in this, such as Leslie Mann. She's funny at times. You going to see this movie?
I'm not going out of my way to see it. If it pops up on HBO or something 10 months from now, maybe I'll watch it. But I've seen the preview. It looks like it's kooky, poopy joke John Cena, which I'm not a fan of. I just hope it's not that the entire time, which I know I've seen people who don't watch wrestling who are excited to see this movie because of John Cena, and I'm just like, well, I mean, the one time he was actually funny was poopy joke John Cena, and I know where that leads. It's not very funny.
Yes. All right, Kenny Omega, he signs with New Japan. He signs a new deal, and that expires on January 31st of 2019. So he's sticking around for a little bit.
So this puts to bed the rumors that it was a Chris Jericho for Kenny Omega trade.
Yes.
Puts all the rumors to bed. I never believed it for a second. Kenny Omega should stay in New Japan for now. He is 35 at the moment, so he is not a young chicken.
He's not a spring chicken, no.
But next year, I think the WWE talks will be running rampant for serious this time. Like, not just people speculating, but honestly, I think next year might be the move. Because maybe next year, maybe he runs through all the opponents. He might have his match with Ibushi. He can have his match with Cody. Maybe one more match with Okada. And then after that, maybe he's like, you know what? I've kind of done everything I need to do here. Maybe it's time for me to go on to WWE and see what I can do there.
Yes. All right.
But this means he's not going to be for the Royal Rumble next year either.
Yeah.
But I've heard dates on when this contract expires differ, but 31st, that means no Royal Rumble next year either.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, rumor has it that WWE will be bringing back King of the Ring. 8 superstars from Raw, 8 superstars from SmackDown, a 16-man tournament, and the winner gets a championship opportunity on their respective brand.
I mean, when's the last great King of the Ring?
Sheamus.
Really? Sheamus. I'd say like maybe King Booker.
What about King Regal?
I don't know. I don't really care about King of the Ring that much.
I mean, it was prestigious back in the day. You know, you had Hunter, you had Brett, you had Austin. It was the birth for...
Yeah, that was 20 years ago.
It was the birth for your boy.
That was 20 years ago.
You know?
And the thing is, like, they don't like doing tournaments, so...
I mean, I'm a fan of tournaments.
You said 8-8, so maybe they could have some early round matches on Raw and early matches on SmackDown, and then they have the match... They have, like, the final 8 matches on a pay-per-view. Because this is, like, King of the Ring, that's what I like about King of the Ring. It's just, like, just make it a pay-per-view, just have something thrown on in the middle of the summer when you have nothing really else to do. It's a way to get a number one contender out of nothing. And you can elevate somebody.
Exactly. I'm a fan of the whole tournament style, you know. WrestleMania 4 was a great tournament, crowned Randy Savage the world champion. So, I mean, we'll see.
I haven't heard anything about this, so I'll believe it when I see it.
Yes. All right, the big topic for today, I thought I'd bring this up. Will WWE allow Hulk Hogan to come back?
I think he will come back eventually. I don't know if he should come back and be the say your prayers and eat your vitamins, you know, wholesome than ever Hulk Hogan.
Is he going to come back with the black and white? Oh, wait, I forgot he doesn't like black.
Ooh, shots fired. That was a good one. I'll give you that. That was a good one. But, I mean, I think time's passed. I know when it first happened, I was like, oh boy, this is not a good look. I think he's kind of hid away from the spotlight, except for the whole lawsuit with Gawker and everything like that. But he hasn't really done anything like, you know, too outrageous or anything like that.
I will give Hogan that in that Gawker trial. He was like, that was Hulk Hogan on camera. I'm Terry Bollea. That was funny. That was hilarious.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, but Raw 25th anniversary coming up. I know Raw isn't really synonymous with Hulk Hogan. Does he show up? I don't think so. It could happen.
If he did, no, massive pop. I'd probably pop. It's Hogan, you know.
I mean, he just has to change up his character. I think he can't just be
be sympathetic.
Yeah, he can't be goody two shoes Hulk Hogan. I mean, honestly, maybe he just drops. I mean, I'm not gonna say he comes out as Terry Bollea, but maybe he's just a guy. He's just Hulk Hogan, the guy, not Hulk Hogan superhero.
Be like, I'm back, brother. You gonna throw one of those in there?
Sure, why not?
All right.
But I think. What do you think? Do you think he'll ever come back?
Well, as an African American male.
Yes, we all want to know what you think.
Time heals all wounds. I mean, so many guys have come back. Brett, Warrior, Austin. I think Hogan will be back. It's just a matter of is now the time. I mean, 2018. We don't know. Goldberg came back, for God's sake.
But Goldberg wasn't spewing out N-bombs.
Yeah, I know. But
the difference.
Still,
I mean, they brought back Ultimate Warrior. We know how I feel about the Ultimate Warrior.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, but I think Hogan will be back. It's just a matter of when is the actual right time. I mean, one day Hunter's gonna make that call and say, "Hey, Vince wants you back." So, but until that point, I don't know. Have you forgiven Hulk Hogan?
I mean, I don't know if I can ever forgive Hulk Hogan. Everybody deserves a second chance. I know Hulk Hogan isn't the best person in the world. There's stories about, you know, him burying people. And
I know some stories.
Brutus Beefcake book coming soon. That should be fun. I might have to pick that one up and read it. But, I mean, with Raw 25th anniversary coming up, I don't think you can throw him out there, but I don't think it would have the same impact, especially with Stone Cold coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, Stone Cold is like, he is Raw. Stone Cold is Raw. He's the number one person.
Raw is Austin.
He's the number one person ever to appear on Raw. Hulk Hogan's not really synonymous with Raw. He's more linked to Nitro than Raw.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think he should come back for 25th anniversary. Maybe come back.
Raw after Mania?
Come back to the Silverdome. The WrestleMania's in the Silverdome this year.
Oh, yes, it is.
Maybe we can come back. Not do a complete reenactment of what happened. Was it 4 years ago at this point? We're at
4 years ago, yes.
We're at 34. WrestleMania 34.
Yes.
Time flies by.
Yeah. I do think everyone does deserve a second chance. I don't know. We'll see with the Hulkster. All right, let's get into the Raw recap.
I just hope they don't do anything stupid and have him interacting with the New Day or anything like that. Like, oh, I'm good, brother. My man. I can see them do something stupid like that.
Why would you say that? Now I'm going to be thinking about that.
Exactly.
I can't do this podcast anymore.
Okay, I'm taking over.
Whoa, hey, whoa. There's already a guy that's trying to do that. But let's get into the Raw recap.
I don't know.
Raw was pretty damn good this week.
It was cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot better than SmackDown. That's not saying much, though.
Yeah, let's not talk about that right now. All right. So Roman Reigns, he has a nice little promo with the Balor Club, along with Jordan and Rollins. Jason Jordan calling them the Champions Club.
I love Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan is amazing right now.
Jason Jordan was on Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg. Go check that out. That was a very good one. But Jordan, I mean, I haven't done a Black Power ranking in a long time, but he's been number one every week since. I mean, this guy, he's really just there. Finn Balor kind of heelish, making a nice little Kurt Angle daddy joke.
Finn Balor's smiling a lot. I don't know why he's doing that. Hopefully,
because he's happy. He's on screen with his brothers.
The Good Brothers.
Yes.
But I just love Jason. I mean, it is kind of mean-spirited of how like Roman and Seth are kind of picking on Seth or picking on Jason.
They're shielded Jace.
They're kind of just like, he's kind of like the younger brother who wants to hang out with the older brother's friends, and they don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah, wants to hang out with the big boys.
But I thought it was funny when Jason, I forgot what he said. He said something stupid, and Seth just puts his head down and was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, the Champions Club thing.
What is really this? Yeah. What is this guy talking about right now? And I'm tag team champions with him, so I have to be with him. He's my responsibility.
Their tag team photo, Jason Jordan's all smiling, Steph's just holding the title like, it was all great. All right, Sasha Banks and Bayley defeat Absolution.
It is what it is.
It happened.
Absolution, just like the Riot Squad. Besides Paige, they're just basically bodies to fill time. Unfortunately, Paige did Instagram something about how the comeback is better than the set.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, here we go. What happened?
Breaking news: Paige's in-ring career is over. WWE will not allow her to wrestle. Doctors won't clear her to compete anymore.
Who says that? Who says that?
Fake
news. It's fake news.
Let me do some research.
Fake news.
This is being described as a similar injury that made Edge retire. This is just heartbreaking for her. She had so. Let me
calm down. Don't be spewing out fake news.
I know. Let me do some research.
When you don't know what you're talking about.
Let me do some research here.
Maybe you should do some research before you start spewing out things like Paige's career's over.
I know. Let me find out. But going on with the whole Banks and Bayley defeating Absolution. Just to give the little baby faces a pop. That's nice. Moving on. Woken Matt Hardy defeats Kurt Hawkins.
I am slowly losing faith in this Woken Matt Hardy thing.
Yes,
it is. It's yeah.
They had a great start. They really did with the back and forth banter between.
But now it's just like Vince sometimes likes to hone in on one thing and just amplify that and just pound it into the ground. And it's just like, oh, he can laugh. He has a funny laugh. Just keep laughing, Matt. Keep laughing. And it's so dumb. It's so stupid. If it's true that Matt Hardy has complete control or mostly control of this character, Matt, what the hell happened? What's going on right now?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Come on.
Miz TV.
Yes, Miz TV, new haircut Miz. Looks like
it's that 2011 Miz.
Yeah,
I like it.
Main eventing WrestleMania Miz.
I like that. I like it a lot. Miz says he's coming back to reclaim his championship. He wants the Intercontinental title one more time.
It makes sense. That's what he did when he left. He comes back wanting to get the title.
For the love of God, can we put Can we put the WWE title on this guy already?
Well, first he has to be on SmackDown.
I know. God, have another superstar shake-up, brother.
But I mean, this can be a way to get the belt off of Roman. I don't think they want to have Roman hold everything at this point, have the IC title and the world title. But I mean, it is going to be the main event of Raw 25, so maybe he wins the title there. I don't think so, but you never know, because maybe this is a way to get the title off of Roman and put Roman in the Royal Rumble, and he wins the whole thing, because you always got to put Roman over strong, everybody. Remember that. No matter what, Roman goes over, and you got to make Roman look good, just like what CM Punk said. And I'm stalling for time because you're on your phone.
I'm just trying to find out if that Page rumor was true.
Just put your phone down. It's not true. Fake news.
I mean, Pro Wrestling Insider,
Fake news.
they're saying it, they're a nice little source.
Fake news.
All right, but it could be a nice way to get the belt off of Roman. Moving on, Enzo Amore retains the Cruiserweight Championship. Thoughts?
Via countout.
But it was some blood. We got some color.
I know.
I like color.
I really did think Enzo blew at his ankle there. Good selling from Enzo. I mean, I haven't heard anything that it's a legit injury, so
Nah,
good on him.
he's fine.
It was kind of an awkward landing for Enzo and Cedric. He didn't really catch him. He just kind of let Cedric fall on his back, and then Enzo kind of just collapsed on himself. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Enzo wearing the LeBron James 15s. Shout out to King James.
Kind of a shocker. Titus Worldwide, they defeat the Bar.
Yeah. 2 tag team upsets this week.
Yes, that was
But this was
pretty.
This was one of them. The best part of the whole thing was their celebration on the ramp. Shout out Dana Brooke, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yes, the statistician or whatever she is for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she.
There's GIFs on Twitter if you want to go check them out. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
My man.
absolutely. All right, now the interesting segment: Kane, Lesnar, and Strowman. The grappling hook brawl.
Well, Heyman had a nice promo. Nothing special, just a good Heyman promo like you're come to know and love. And then I was thinking, oh, it's easy payday for Lesnar. He just stands there, smiles, bounces around a little bit, and he walks away. Good for him. And then, no. Then Kane attacks him, then Braun comes out. Braun pulls down I don't know what you would call that. I guess a part of the stage.
Yeah.
The back part of the stage or whatever. And he pulls it down. I really hope Mitchell was here because I know Mitchell loves the Braun Strowman antics.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when it happened.
I was like, this one, you can see like, oh, it would hurt them, but you could clearly see like the thing didn't even touch either one of them.
Yeah.
Like it landed on something else, so like they weren't even like trapped underneath it. Like it was, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was fine. I mean, I think if people who loved it, good for you, whatever. I'm not gonna, poo-poo on it like I did the limousine angle, but I'm just like, meh. I'm not a fan of these antics.
Or we alluded to this earlier. Samoa Joe defeats Rhino, has a nice little promo, calls out Big Match John. Hopefully he can get cleared to have like somewhat of a build up to their match that could happen.
I know he name dropped Cena. I was like, ooh.
That
would be nice. I would like to see that at least.
TNA guys going after Cena. Who's next, Rude?
I mean, they do. I mean, you can always go back on their SoCal history. They trained together.
They did, yes.
Did they even do like when Cena came back in the summertime? Did they even do anything with him and Joe? I don't think they did.
No, they didn't.
I don't remember. It was like 6 months ago, and I already forgot. But I mean, I would love to see that match.
Oh yeah,
both of them are up there, but both of them can still go.
Throw it at Mania. That's a good one.
Maybe Cena would have the balls to take that muscle buster.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Maybe
though.
Joe goes over.
No, never gonna happen.
Cena had his moment last year with the proposal. He can take a loss.
Meh.
God.
Cena got. This could be like the final year of Cena being around for WrestleMania in terms of like being there every week. Could be a monumental year. Maybe next year. I'm not saying he's not going to wrestle next year, but maybe next year he just shows. He's like Brock Lesnar. He shows up maybe once or twice every other week, and stuff like that. And you see him not rumor has it he's like advertised for like every Raw after Royal Rumble. So
Oh yeah, I mean we'll see. We'll see what they got in store for big match John. All right, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, they have a little segment where Bliss is telling Nia Asuka was talking ish about her, and then that leads to Nia Jax attacking Asuka.
you know, it would have been more believable if when Nia said, "Oh, Asuka doesn't speak English," if we didn't just see a backstage segment of once again a babyface and a heel getting together of Asuka and Miz, which also doesn't make any sense. Of Asuka speaking English to Miz.
Oh,
Asuka was speaking English, and we've seen her speak English. Not the greatest of English, but she can speak English words. And I'm pretty sure she can put a full sentence together.
is Miz ready for Asuka?
Sure. Does this mean that Asuka and Miz are winning the whole thing because Asuka can't lose?
Oh, that's a good point. There we go. I can see him bragging about that on Miz TV.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but Nia attacks Asuka. Thoughts, comments, concerns, questions?
How many weeks away till Royal Rumble? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah, we're
It's
close.
almost here.
Yeah, like what 10 days? I don't know.
No, 2 weeks.
We're close.
Because it's usually like the week before the Super Bowl.
Yes, we're very close.
Something like that. But maybe this is a way to just delay the inevitable of Asuka being the champion. So maybe they have maybe not a match at Royal Rumble, but they have this.
Asuka has to win the Rumble, by the way. I'm just saying.
No, Ronda Rousey has to win the
No,
Royal Rumble.
no.
Ronda Rousey's winning the Royal Rumble.
I know she had dinner with Hunter in California a few days ago, but look, this is the first ever women's Royal Rumble. How the hell are you gonna have somebody from outside of this business come in and win the damn thing? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Philip, do you know who Ronda Rousey is?
Yeah, she was hot. She was on fire like 3 years ago. She got kicked in the face by Holly Holm and lost her edge. That's who Ronda Rousey is.
Ronda Rousey is a bigger star than
she's
arguably anybody in WWE, maybe besides Brock Lesnar
I mean,
and John Cena.
she's lost the fire.
How do you know?
I'm not hyped about her anymore. I watch wrestling every single week.
You're telling me-
I wasn't watching UFC all the damn time. When I found out, oh, this chick has a streak, let me tune in and watch this. And when she got beat, I was like, oh my god, no. Then I stopped caring and I moved on.
Well, anyways, as someone who does watch UFC and knows who Ronda Rousey is, when Ronda Rousey has that BMF walk and she's coming out to kill somebody, it's Stone Cold-esque and it's scary.
Look, Rowdy Ronda Rousey should not win the first ever Women's Royal Rumble.
If Ronda Rousey is in the Royal Rumble, she better win it.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Yes,
absolutely
yes,
not.
Yes.
Look,
yes.
I know technically it's not a defeat if Asuka doesn't win the Rumble, but think about the story you're telling. She really just does not lose. She wins because, like, if she's in this Mixed Match Challenge thing, she wins that. She wins the Royal Rumble, just a really dominant figure to win. Whenever she does suffer that first defeat, it will be shocking. Now, I'm not saying it's Taker losing the streak at Jace. I'm not saying it's like that, but it will be shocking. It will be a big deal. So, in order to do that, we cannot have some outsider come in and win this Rumble.
Philip, what's the goal of pro wrestling? What's the goal of a pro wrestling company? What's the
Tell
goal?
a great story, sell merch, sell tickets.
No.
Make business.
What was the last thing you said? What was the last thing you said?
Sell tickets.
Which means
Look,
you make money.
Look,
And if you have okay, Asuka wins the Royal Rumble. Who's she facing?
I don't know.
She's facing Alexa Bliss. And what's gonna happen? It'll be a fine mid-card women's match, buried, third match on the show.
Oh no! What if she wants to face Charlotte? You have the option.
Okay, she faces Charlotte. What's a bigger match? Charlotte versus Asuka or Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey?
I mean,
in the mainstream, to sell tickets, to sell pay-per-view buys, to sell network buys, to sell T-shirts and whatever the hell else you
well,
want to
are
sell.
they doing that horsewoman
No,
thing? Are they doing that?
That thing's been thrown out. That thing has been thrown out the window forever because the other two aren't training for it anymore.
Well, that's nice. All right.
Don't just move on to the next topic because I'm right.
That's all fine and dandy. Moving
So
on.
you didn't answer my question. What's a bigger match?
Balor Club.
Asuka versus Charlotte, or Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey? What's a bigger match?
What about Asuka versus Ronda Rousey?
Well,
Because nobody's ready for Asuka. Yeah.
I still would say Charlotte.
Yeah.
No, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey would be the biggest match out of the three because you can build on the Charlotte Flair legacy and Ric Flair and all that stuff because Ric Flair is like a number one person in sports right now. Everyone loves Ric Flair.
I know. I love Ric Flair. Woo! All right. Moving on.
Once again, just deflecting, not answering my question because he knows I'm right.
Balor Club. They go on and defeat the Champions Club of Seth Rollins, Jason Jordan, and the big dog, Roman Reigns. I was happy. I was excited.
I was happy because this, I'm not saying this needed to happen, but this kind of got the club off to the right start. Kind of having them win, having the Shield 2.0, as we might be able to call them. They're not all on the same page. They're allowed to lose. The Balor Club just getting together, only their second week together. Have them win. Maybe one day keep them together, and then at Survivor Series next year when Dean's healthy, bring the Shield together. And honestly, this can main event the Survivor Series, having the Balor Club going up against the Shield. This is just a great way to start the Balor Club. I don't know what else they go from here. If they try to get the club, Gallows and Anderson, to go up against Seth and Jason, if this is a way to split them up. But it's a good first step, especially for the Balor Club, who needs the rebuilding, because Finn wasn't doing anything. The Good Brothers weren't doing anything, but they were a lot lower on the card than Finn was, so hopefully this can elevate everybody.
I mean, the Good Brothers, they went from being guys who weren't even seen on TV to now they're beating some of the top guys on the show. That's awesome.
And they didn't pin Jason Jordan. They pinned Seth Rollins.
Exactly.
They didn't pin the lowest guy on the totem pole.
They pinned. They
didn't pin Roman, but we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
They pinned Seth.
They pinned a former world champion. That's nice. All right, let's get into the SmackDown recap. AJ Styles has a promo being interviewed by Renee Young. Shout out Renee.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
It was okay. I think there was some slip-ups by Styles. I don't think he worded his stuff properly. I think
it happens.
I think he said something like having the match at SmackDown instead of having the match at Royal Rumble or something like it was just kind of a clunky promo. It was all right, but it's just kind of another thing to show we don't need scripted word for word promos. Just tell them, hit these 5 things,
hit these points,
and there you go. Just put in your own words. Renee, especially in an environment like this, Renee's asking the questions. It's controlled. She can steer if he gets off topic or if he goes in a certain way. Renee can rein him back in and ask him the next question.
Exactly. All right. Becky Lynch defeats Ruby Riott.
I mean, Becky should win because Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch. Give me that, Becky.
Yes.
Got to sneak that in there. But
all right.
Once again, Ruby Riott and the whole Riott Squad just they're just people at this point. They're nothing special. Ruby Riott is obviously the top dog in the group, and she's just losing straight up to Becky Lynch, even though Becky Lynch, she did just come back, so got to build some momentum up with her. Maybe the favorite to win the Royal Rumble on the SmackDown side at this point.
Yes. I could see Becky going in at 1 and winning the whole damn thing, but Asuka has to win, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, Harper and Rowan defeat the Ascension.
No one cares.
No one cares. Moving on from that, Mojo Rawley defeats Zack Ryder, advances in the United States Championship Tournament.
Good for Mojo. Shout out Mojo.
Shout out Mojo. All right,
Mojo Jojo.
Yes, the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal has a promo after that, saying why he deserves to be the champion of our country.
Don't care. It was a really cheap setup. It was just like the Indian flag pinned onto a wall as the backdrop.
That's how you got to do it, man.
I guess he's losing his budget now that he's not WWE champion anymore.
Oh yeah, he's not making that big money no more.
Mm-hmm. He can't afford the fancy rugs and stuff.
All right. Benjamin and Gable demand justice,
demand justice,
which sets up something interesting for the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm. I love the them trolling the Alabama fans right after Alabama won the national championship. You probably don't know anything of what I'm talking about right now.
Hey, roll Tide.
War Eagle.
Yes.
War Eagle? Nothing?
Roll Tide. All right, so
anyways,
they demand justice, and Daniel Bryan. What match did he make at the Royal Rumble?
2 out of 3 falls.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I'm excited for that. So does Gable and Benjamin? Do they win the whole damn thing?
Well,
do they take the straps off of the Usos? Do the blue titles leave the penitentiary?
We'll have to find out the week before when we do our official Royal Rumble predictions.
Yes, and the Bulletcast title will be on the line for that. Thanks coming home to this guy.
All right, whatever you say.
Yep. All right. So Styles, Orton, and Shinsuke have a segment. Shinsuke kind of too sweeting the WWE title.
Shinsuke kind of I have a problem with how they portrayed Shinsuke. He's kind of just a kooky, crazy Asian guy.
Yeah.
He's he's funny because he speaks broken English and he smiles and does weird gestures and stuff. Like, yes, he can do that on his way to the ring, but his whole thing is like he's a badass. He's gonna kick your head off and knee you into another zip code.
Yes.
And they haven't really showed that so far with Shinsuke. He's had the stare down with AJ Styles. He's had that great match with John Cena, and besides that, it's been a ho-hum call-up to the main roster. And hopefully, I've kind of stick to my guns of saying Shinsuke should win the Royal Rumble.
I think he should also.
But I'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Yep. All right. Breezango defeats Rusev Day.
As much as I love the Fashion Police or Breezango, whatever the hell they call him at this point, like, come on. Can't Team Ruru pull it out and get a victory against them?
Yeah.
Like, what are the Fashion Police really doing?
I don't know. All right, and then we move on to Styles, Nakamura, and Orton defeating Cammy.
It's always kind of awkward when they have the baby faces outnumbering the heels in a handicap match.
You know what?
But it did work.
They could do something with these 5 guys. Hold on, let's see.
They throw them all in a chamber.
No, Raw has the chamber.
I don't care. There's too many pay-per-views.
Fatal 5-way? Fastlane?
You don't need all these damn multi-man matches.
Let's say Styles retains the title at the Rumble. Say Shinsuke wins the Rumble. And then somehow Bryan or Shane work something with all these guys. Fatal 5-way at Fastlane for the championship. Styles could retain, then go on to face Shinsuke.
Well, rumor has it that John Cena might be facing Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship.
All right, Fatal 4-way.
That is the other rumor, and besides Cena facing off against The Undertaker. And Bruce Pritchard apparently said that he saw Taker during Thanksgiving, and he said he's not wrestling anymore. But apparently he's said that to Pritchard for like the last 15 years that he's not wrestling. So who can trust The Undertaker at this point?
Who knows?
But we didn't even talk about the backstage segment with Bryan and Shane, where Shane said that Bryan's unstable. Basically, I don't know if they're playing up on the concussion angles.
Do they need to talk to what was the doctor? Dr. Sherman for Team Hell No? Need to call that guy back?
I mean, Dr. Shelby.
Shelby, yes. I don't know why I said Sherman.
I saw Kane and Daniel Bryan graduate from Dr. Shelby's anger management class live in San Jose, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Highlight of my wrestling fandom was watching them graduate.
Was it better than the Billy and Chuck wedding?
I think so.
Oh, that was a moment.
But anyways.
Yes, moving on. Shane does call Bryan unstable, so... I mean, where's this all really going? Are we going to get Shane versus D-Bry at the big 3-4 for Mania? Is that where we're going?
I don't know. I mean, apparently it's all just riding on if Daniel Bryan can get cleared by one doctor.
The WWE doctor.
Daniel Bryan's going to wrestle Daniel Bryan's wrestling this year regardless of where it's at.
He's been cleared by like 20 other doctors. Hell.
But then he's also not been cleared by a dozen of other doctors, which is always a little scary when, 60% say, yeah, you can wrestle, but then 40% say no, and then you're like, oh.
Hell, go with the 60.
But then you're like, oh, what does the 40% say? And
I mean, Daniel Bryan's a smart guy. He's a great mind for the business. He can adapt. He can find a different style. He doesn't need to do that headbutt. He doesn't need to come off the top rope and do that missile drop kick,
If you watch Total Divas or Total Bellas, he went to the Performance Center and he was talking to Sami Zayn about how he was working on this new style, about how he doesn't have to bump, he's just going to roll around.
Oh, yeah, to wrestle Brock. That animal-like style. I remember that. That was nice.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Bryan's a smart guy.
He is.
But they talked about how
vegans are smart.
But the thing with besides the whole unstable concussion angle that they talked about, Shane was talking about how Gable and Benjamin don't deserve to have another match. Like, Shane, did you not watch SmackDown? Like, yeah, they might have not won the match, but then there was some confusion and
they got screwed.
Yeah, and Daniel Bryan, I mean, like, what other matches there to be made? Like, are you gonna really put the Usos against the Bludgeon Brothers or the Fashion Files?
Rusev Day.
Like, come on, Shane. Just
Rusev in the Rumble is going to be great this year. I'm excited.
Is Rusev going to get the biggest pop of the night? If there's no surprise,
is Elias going to perform a song mid Rumble?
Oh my God! And we can get to this on our Royal Rumble preview about surprises and biggest pops and stuff like that.
The Rumble's in Philly. I'm excited.
With the new Royal Rumble, with 2 Royal Rumbles this year, we're going to spend 10 minutes counting down from 10 seconds.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of counting down. Ty Dillinger will be happy.
Yeah. Well, the perfect 10 will be in the Rumble number 10, obviously. A lot of surprise entrants. I hope. I'm excited. Rumor has it Michelle McCool is going to be jumping in the women's one.
Well, Kurt Angle called somebody and said he can't wait to see you back at the Women's Rumble or something like that. So,
Leader Trish.
so I mean it's
AJ Lee. No,
if AJ's there, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna be honest right now.
Hey, I will
I'm
too.
gonna scream. I'm gonna jump up and down. They're gonna have to like call the fire department or something because they probably think someone's dying or getting choked out or something.
Oh man,
It's gonna be great.
It is going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Shout out to AJ.
Shout out to AJ.
She made me actually read a book.
Jericho made me read 19 pages of a book. All right,
Good for you, Jericho.
Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Who is it? Is it Finn Balor? Is it Jason Jordan? Who we got? Who is it?
So many options.
Is it Paige for her career being over? JK, I'm just joking.
Fake news.
I don't know. I'm looking. A lot of people are reporting this.
Fake news. It's always fake news.
Daily DDT,
The hell is that?
Bleacher Report.
Okay, we're getting somewhere now. And it's sad because she's only, what, like 24, 25?
25 years old. Yeah, that's crazy.
Very young. But I will go with Jason Jordan. I feel like every week I pick Jason Jordan as my superstar spotlight.
What if Jason Jordan won the Royal Rumble?
I don't think people would like that.
Would they cheer? Would they boo? We don't know.
I think they probably boo him.
We'll see.
I think he needs better ring music. I feel like his ring music.
I kind of.
It's kind of bland.
I mean, they had to get away from the American Alpha. I kind of like this one. I like it. It's all right.
I mean, I feel like great ring music has like that intro that like we all recognize, and it's like
You're right.
we're like, oh my gosh, it's Roman Reigns. He has the Shield music. He took the glass breaking. If you smell,
Break
and
the walls
gong.
down. You know, stuff like that. You know.
I mean, Jason Jordan has trumpets. Not even jumps into trumpets.
I mean, he's gold-blooded.
Uh-huh.
So
But-
it has to be an Olympic type thing.
I mean, whatever. He's not even
To
not even Olympic. That's Chad Gable.
but-
Chad Gable's Olympic.
But his father's an Olympic gold medalist.
Eh.
You know.
Anywho, I went with Jason Jordan. Why not? I feel like I'm just picking him every week at this point.
I'll go with Jason Jordan. You know, he's amazing. He's
It
gold-blooded.
like flip flops between him and then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yes. All right. The closing match pick of the week. I'm getting this out of the way now. Alpha versus Omega on the day this kid was born. Wrestle Kingdom 12. We're getting it out of the way now. So
if
we'll
you haven't
come back to it later.
If you haven't watched this match by then, I mean, what's your excuse? You can get on New Japan. You can get on. I've seen full episode or full
I've seen
uploads of it on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube
you can watch it
somehow.
on YouTube. I've seen it on Facebook and
You can
Twitter.
watch on
it's all over
you
the
can
damn
watch on
place.
Access if you rather listen to Jim Ross call it. You can listen to Kevin Kelly and Don Callis on New Japan World, which I think is probably the best commentary group in the business right now.
Don Callis, yes. I enjoy him.
Shout out to Kevin Kelly and Don Callis.
The Jackal.
Great match. Best match of the year so far,
Yes.
followed by Okada and Naito.
Year just started.
Well, I mean, the year just started last year, and we said Okada and Omega was like the best match of all time, and I don't think anybody touched that match. Oh, he's gonna say Cena and AJ touched that match.
I mean, they didn't touch it.
They didn't touch it.
They kicked it out of the room. But moving on. Brandon, your choice, your promo pick. What is it?
So, promo pick. One thing I love about New Japan is how they treat it like a sport. And so after every show, especially after all the big shows, Wrestle Kingdom, the wrestlers go backstage, they face the sports writers, the whatever you want to call them, the magazine writers, the columnists.
Press
and
conferences,
And they ask them questions at a press conference, just like a regular sport would do. So Chris Jericho, after Wrestle Kingdom 12, comes out, all heel, all just unhappy that he lost, and he is just a dick, and it's amazing. The best part was like somebody tried to ask him another question after he just asked a question. It was like, you already had a question. Don't be greedy. Only one question per reporter. And then he's just like, it was amazing. And then
It was amazing.
And then of course he says like, oh, I'm never going to come back to Japan again. And what happens the next day? He comes back to Japan and attacks
New
Naito,
Year's Dash, their version of Raw After Mania.
which is apparently leading up to Naito versus Jericho
It's leading up to all of that. You're right.
at Long Beach, which we're going to have to be there.
We are gonna have to be
we're
there.
gonna
Going to
have
Long
to be
Beach
there.
to see New Japan. I forgot.
I looked it up on the Fozzy website. Chris Jericho not performing that weekend.
He's not doing nothing that weekend.
He
You're right.
can show up and wrestle there if he wanted to.
I thought he had a He has a concert out here in like March or May. I forget which one.
It's in March. It's on a Tuesday though.
Oh yeah. I might have to make an
If it
appearance.
was a weekend, I would go, but not on a Tuesday. I got school. I don't know.
I mean, I have school also, but I'm gonna go see Fozzy. You know.
Go see Fozzy.
And we're gonna go to Long Beach to see Naito versus Jericho.
Of course.
It's
All three of us are
all
going.
this is happening, guys. All of it.
So, that said, unless you have some fancy or some question that you're just going to spring on me like you like to do sometimes.
I mean, I don't have any fancier springy questions. I mean, there's nothing really else left to do. Follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. Instagram is The BulletCast. Facebook BulletCast. YouTube channel The BulletCast. You can email us questions. BulletCast2 is in the number 2, sweet SWEET at gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, YouTube. We're all over the damn place. And guys, remember that guy Carlos who's been attacking me and he's been trying to take this podcast away from me?
Nope.
You remember that guy?
Nope.
Well, he has agreed to face me in a match in an actual wrestling ring at the Big Time Wrestling Academy in Newark, so that's going to be exciting. I got inspired by Alpha versus Omega, so we got Kappa versus Mendoza coming up. It's going to be on the Bulletcast YouTube page. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. All right, any closing remarks?
No, just hopefully Paige. It is fake news. Paige posted on Instagram that the comeback is always better than the setback. Words to live by. So goodbye.
Words to live by.
And good night.
I got some words.
Bang.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.